Nigerians encourage corruption, says University of the Punch newspaper. Nigerian Governor Forum calls for Ogunade
says new PDP.
Page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
The dailies every day on Core TV News.
Thanks for joining us again on Core Digest Thursday. Just got a tweet now from Yuyu Shehu, who says, I don't know if tearing of party membership card is against the party's constitution. If not, then why the fuse? Well, you can keep your tweets coming in at Core Digest Live is our Twitter handle. Follow us, and we'll also love to get your contributions and, of course, all of your comments as regards the developing stories we're discussing on the show. You can also reach us via the internet. You can watch this program live from anywhere in the world by downloading the WALE TV application. There are just two news stations there, Al Jazeera and Core TV News. A click and then you'll be able to stream us live from anywhere in the world. Let's quickly find out what the top stories are today on some of Nigerian newspapers. And I have joining me already in the studio a legal practitioner, a human rights activist, and is also president of Voters Awareness Initiative, Barrister WALE OGUNADE. Good morning and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Good morning, people out there.
Let's start with the Vanguard newspaper. Military kills 300 Boko Haram terrorists, liberates 11 communities. That's on page 4 of the Vanguard. And the top story here, only security chiefs can guarantee post date. The riders appears in Senate, insist on card readers, plans mock tests. Defense high PVC collection in Northeast, says INEC is ready. That's coming from Professor Atahiru Jega. And to the front page picture here, you see military assault on Sambisa forest. They say above you have arms and ammunition recovered from Boko Haram in Sambisa. And below you have suspected Boko Haram members. Photos are credited to the defense headquarters. You can get more of that on page 16 of the Vanguard. Okrika APC rally. IG orders probe of gun attack. Let's start with the visit of the professor to the floor of the Senate yesterday, where he made a case for the card readers, and then he's also of the opinion that probably he doesn't have much power to clearly say that elections will no longer be postponed again. But let's start with the use of card readers. What do you say is the right step in the right direction?
Obviously, I mean, we all know that Nigeria is flouted with issues of election rigging. Anytime there's an election in Nigeria, rigging is the next thing that you think about. So if there's any device that is going to curb rigging election, definitely any right-thinking person should welcome that. And I'm surprised that indeed some people who were promoters of one man, one vote, those who have been promoting that they do not want anybody to rig elections, and now when the chips are down, now shouting that they don't want the card reader, they don't want anything that will truncate the system. And of course, as a constitutional lawyer, I know that I've gone through the Constitution and, of course, the Electoral Act. And I know that the card reader is not part of the electoral process. That is not part of the voting process. There's a difference between the voting process
and the accreditation
process. And this one is just to accredit, to confirm that in this is what the voter card is, that is genuine. And if there's anything that is genuine, just as the man is explaining over there in the screen, if the whole thing is just to confirm that your voter's card is genuine, and that's all. So I don't see why people should be shouting that, no, we don't want anything to confirm the genuineness of the process. And of course, to me, I just see all these people who are making noise as what happened in the book of Samuel in the Bible, where a woman who slept on her son killed the son, now said, no, the only solution to it is that you should now kill the other, my colleague's son, divide him into two. She takes the half part, I take my own half part. I don't think that's how it's not wise. It's fraudulent, and to me, it is just mischievous. And to me, we want good things to go on in this country. In as much as I have always been saying it, that it's not only in Nigeria that we have elections. Why is it that it's only in Nigeria that we have all these things? And I don't know, very soon now, people who are not honest will call in and they'll begin to say things that sometimes you just say, what is happening here?
But probably the fear of those people who are skeptical about this card reader is the usual logistic challenges that we've seen with INEC. Of course, it talked about haven't conducted some mock tests on the device. But you know, when something is new in Nigeria, it might also pose a lot of new challenges. Are we
the
ready?
Man, look at it. The man is telling us that this device is foolproof. I'm involved in this process as by virtue of my activities in voters awareness. We've been put to test. We've seen it. We've looked at the batteries. No doubt there may be some elements of failure, but again, it's given that failure rate, if it's 5%, 10%, is still acceptable. But if this thing is going to give us something realistic, if this thing is going to make everybody to feel, yes, that something good has been done, if this is going to guarantee a safe system, then definitely why not take it? And of course, the whole issue is that, yes, if it's about power, if it's about the battery will fail, then you can be sure that many Nigerians will provide alternative source. Is it about generating? I mean, we've done it before when we were doing the capturing system in 2011. When the batteries were failing, people like us brought out the I better pass my neighbor. That's a small generator, and the whole place was generated. The power was generated, and the thing was given back up. The whole essence is that, again, maybe let me just put it straight and square. The whole thing is that all hands must be on deck. We must ensure that this process succeeds. And it is for the betterment of everybody, PDP, APC, Labour Party, Accord, all of us are all Nigerians. We want the success of Nigeria. For once, let's all come together and disgrace all those who say Nigerians can't get it right. Let's do it this way. The other day, Jakwana came to Nigeria some few weeks before the World Cup, Youth World Cup competition. And he said, no, you people are not ready. And the Nigerian people said, don't worry, we'll disgrace you and we'll surprise you. What happened? Some few weeks again, he came, said, it's a lie. It's a lie. No. To the extent that he made a wonderful statement that this is the 7th wonder of the world. Let's do it that way too. These 5 weeks that remains, let's all join hands together. Those of us that are working in the electoral system will ensure that we work with INEC. The security agents, let them work together and ensure that they get the issue of insecurity done off. Then, of course, INEC itself should get its acts together, and all the politicians should come together. One politician just left here now. Let them go to their various wards and the various states and ensure that they talk to each other. Obviously, violence is not the work of ghosts. It is people that are involved in this violence, and somebody gives them that prompting. If people don't give them prompting, support, they can't be involved in violence. So if all those who are involved in violence are checked, if INEC does its work very well, if the security people do their job very well, you can be sure between now and the next 5 weeks, we'll be home and clear. We'll have a good election and we'll be celebrating.
Let's quickly touch on the updated version of the distribution of permanent voter cards as at February 15th, as of February 17th, I believe, by INEC. Out of 68,833,000 plus registered voters, 52,275,000 have already collected their PVCs, and it looks as if there's a remarkable increase in the number of collections across the state of the Federation. Many are beginning to say that probably the postponement is now a blessing in disguise.
Yes, it's a blessing, but unfortunately, again, some people are not taking advantage of it because my people, I just told you off air that I've been receiving calls from all my members from all over the country, from Port Harcourt, Enugu, Kaduna, Kafanchan. Where is this one now? Kafanchan. There's one town on the way to, if one is going to Jos. I remember the name now. And Zaria, Yenegua, where is it now? They've been calling that, yes, people are no more coming out to collect their PVCs because of the extension. There was a surge in the last 1 week or some few days before the election itself. Now, people now got, because it's now March 28, people have relaxed. I would say no. Let people now go out, please, and collect your PVC, so that we know that the issue of PVC is out. Then Jega and his team will face the issue of test running the card reader, and of course they will look at the area of logistics in terms of how to quickly get the voter's card and the non-sensitive materials, as we call them, their boots, and all other things ready. Because this is with distraction. if people don't get their PVCs on time, it will continue to distract them, because it means that they will have to put their personnel in the various collection units to get their PVC. But once those are sorted out, and I wish that people between now and next week, everyone goes to collect their PVC, so that we know that what Jega will be facing now is how to concentrate on ensuring, working towards a perfect election in terms of ensuring that materials are on ground in the various polling units.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to Call Digest. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Ilori.
Ah, I didn't get your name. Now your name is so long. Can you go over it again?
I'm Comrade Ilori.
Okay, Comrade Olarewaju.
From Ilori.
The Kwara State PDP chairman has left the studio.
Kwara State.
Yes, please go ahead
He
with the
wants to speak
contribution.
with his chairman.
Yes, I would have loved to speak to the former speaker, but as you have said, let me make a national comment.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I think firstly, I must commend the INEC, the best in the house, for fighting and orienting the masses concerning the voting right, because it's the only political right we have at the present time, either to vote for the present government or to oppose its continuity. I commend them for that. At the same time, the position of Jega in the Senate yesterday is I point out that the INEC is fully ready to conduct the election. But my worry is his comment when it comes to the issue of today, that is not in best position. So INEC is fully ready. But what about the other stakeholders that can make the election to be credible, especially the security, that it cannot assure Nigeria that elections will be conducted at the state unless the security operatives are ready to work in tandem with the INEC. This is a cause for concern. I find belief that Nigeria will need more worried. All hands must be on deck if truly want to have a credible election. My appeal is to the stakeholders in the industry, all the politicians, let them behave normal. Because look at what happened in River State yesterday or before yesterday. It is uncalled for as if we don't have a government where citizens free to shoot radically on the streets and not at the end of the day happen. And I want to use this medium to charge our security operatives, especially the police. Up to this moment, they say that they will like their investigation or the perpetrators. I think before now they ought to have done something reasonable to show that they are neutral, that they are up to the task.
It's all right, Olarewaju. Thank you very much for your contribution from Kwara. Of course, the professor declared that further postponement would be unconstitutional, but he was also careful to make mention that he would really need some guarantee from the security chiefs.
That's a smart one by
Very
him.
smart from him.
Actually, because since they are the one that took the shine away from him in the first instance, he now wants to pull the bulk of their table. That did, and of course, that's why that one made me make that statement earlier on that, well, we want to congratulate the military. They are winning the war now. With the news that came in from the war zone per se, or the area of theater of war, then definitely they are winning.
Looks like they have taken back Sambisa first.
If they have taken it back, and then definitely that's good. And of course, to me, really, there is nothing sacrosanct about the whole country carrying out the election on the whole day. If the insecure area are there, then definitely the secured area can go on with their election on March 28th. Nothing should disturb it. In fact, it will now give the military the opportunity a week after, because there is a week between the main 28th and the 11th of April. So let them conduct the election nationwide in all the areas that don't have stress. Then on the election, on the next week, then they now conduct their election in the next where they have the stress. And by then, definitely they will now concentrate security in those areas and secure the place. And just 14 local governments. And I know that definitely with what they are going, they will be able to overrun the insurgents by then. And of course, just as I said earlier on, people should please go out and collect your PVC. It is very important that you have it, so that Jega and his team will now have time to concentrate on logistics of election. It is not just PVC alone that is election. No. There is how to distribute the ballot boxes. There is how to distribute and sort out the ballot papers. There is the indelible ink. There are the marks. There are the various forms that they will be using for the elections. All these things must be sorted out. Because, you see, I was involved in the elections in Anambra, and one would just find out that some papers mistakenly were taken from one local government was taken to another local government mistakenly, and that caused some whole lot of row, wahala. So please, I beg of you Nigerians, if you have not collected your PVC, go out there and collect your PVC. It is fundamental. And again, if you don't know your status, just test 2120. Hear me again. 2120, your name, where you registered, then the state to 2120. Again, your state, that's the first thing you first of all write on your phone. If you registered in Kwara, if you registered in Kaduna, then your surname, are you Ogunade, are you Abdullahi, that, whatever is your surname, that first your surname, then the last digit of your VIN, voters identification number.
You know, someone also called on the show to say
sorry,
that,
let me just finish it. Then all this information, you send that text to 20120. Once you do that, there will be a response that tell you your status. Then you can use that to know how to get your PVC or whatever.
Someone said he sent that severally, but did not get any.
There is something wrong with the network. He said he should change his network. He should change it.
Okay.
A lady did have the same problem. And eventually, maybe she was using MTN or Etisalat or so. I cannot remember. She eventually now called me to say that she now got her status. It told her where her card is, and she went there and she picked it up. The whole problem is about misinformation. And I will hope that INEC itself will do more of this, send this information to all the media houses, particularly the electronics, so that they will now broadcast this thing, and it will go around, because I'm sure the viewership of core on this platform is not as wide to capture the whole Nigeria. Though it's all over Nigeria, but not many people watch core. But again, they can do well to go to all the other media houses so that people will have this information.
Let's move away from the Vanguard very quickly and find out what the Punch has to offer today. Jega, I can't guarantee polls will hold on March 28, says 1 million PVCs yet to be produced, and Boko Haram releases new video, vows to disrupt elections. The front page picture tells the story. We've captured 11 towns, killed 300 insurgents, says the defense headquarters. You get details of that on page 9 of the Punch. 12 reasons why Jonathan deserves re-election, says presidency. That's on page 14. Yako wants Adamawa CJ probed over impeachment suit, page 15. Polls, obey court ruling on soldiers. APC writes Jonathan, page 9. And CBN sells dollar to banks at 198 naira, page 33. A new constitution, National Assembly OK's independent candidacy. That's on page 14. All right, let's kickstart with the court ruling on abolishing the use of military personnel during election. The pros and the cons. Some have said that, of course, there's a part of intimidation of what the opposition has characterized as militarization of the election. But on the other side, some are saying that the fear of the soldier man for every electorate is the beginning of wisdom, that they have brought more sanity than otherwise to the election. What are your thoughts along that line?
Unfortunately, the Constitution is clear in section 217 and 218. The military has no business during elections. And thank God the courts have come out to confirm this. I have said it, I'm sure, on this platform and any other fora. I've even written a paper on it, that the military, I've looked at the Constitution very well. They have no business. You see, my problem in this issue is that it's not only in Nigeria that we conduct elections. And just as I said some few minutes ago, the thugs are not ghosts. The thugs are giving directive. The thugs are empowered by some people. Thank God the politician just left this seat now. He was talking about manipulation and aiding. So is within the politicians that they should talk to themselves. What happened in Okrika? Ghosts did not go there. Members of the civil society are not those involved. University students are not those involved. It is the politicians who organize their people. Because Everyone knows that Okrika area is the hallmark of, is the headquarters of the PDP in the South-South. That is the traditional stronghold of PDP in the South-South. Unfortunately, PDP, because if you remember, the votes from Rivers State particularly is always very heavy for the PDP. All over the country, they always get the biggest vote, and they rely on the votes from the PDP, from the South, from Port Harcourt, from Rivers State. So now, there's a Rotimi Amechi factor there. He too has some followership in Rivers State, including Okrika. So it's a natural thing that there will be stress. And that's why I said all these political stakeholders and actors particularly should come together and talk to themselves.
Well, as the Nigerian police force and other security agencies been able to do justice to policing this exercise, because I think that was where it started from. They needed the Nigerian military to complement their effort in order to bring all of these corporates to book.
No, just as I said earlier on, the military, you see, it's only in Nigeria that, oh, well, we do things abnormally. I hope some people will phone in and tell me in other countries where the military are brought in for simple civil issues.
No, what I'm trying to say now is that, you know, every nation has its own peculiarities.
This peculiarity is because we refuse to curb the peculiarity. You tell me that people came out, not by night, and just as I said, they are not ghosts. They came out, they were shooting, they were disturbing people, broad daylight, and so policemen and DSS people were there watching them. They didn't take any step. So you now say because those people have failed, they call the soldiers?
They didn't take any step because, to be fair to the Nigerian police force, even one of their men, you know, was caught in the crossfire and was reported dead. But what I'm trying to say now is that if we're scrapping the use of military during elections, are we sure that the alternative security agencies have all it takes to police this forthcoming election?
So untrained armed bandits now will take over from a trained paramilitary and security agents. I want to believe the Nigerian members of the Nigerian police are not just brought out from the bush and given weapons to work with. They are trained. Except this is an insult on the police, and that's why we say, you see, institutions must be strong, made strong. If institutions are made strong, things will go on right. Those who have the training should do it. You can't tell me that people who are not trained will take over.
Just a minute, Barrister. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Call Digest.
Hello.
Well, with you, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mohammed Ismail from Jos.
All right, go ahead with the contribution, Mohammed.
Yeah, my contribution is, as the speaker on sit now is saying, no, we have to put our hands on deck and behave as once. Handle this election like Ebola virus. Let all Nigerian APC, PDP come together so this election is done. And military or no military, the issue is that if we're civil enough, we don't even need the police. We should conduct ourselves properly. During the Ebola, you see all the way we all conducted ourselves.
Did they use soldiers?
For God's sake, we should have the love of our country. You see, we see America and we
Ebola was not shooting back.
Proud of ourselves. For God's sake, we should shame the world. We should come out and shame the whole world. Let's be civic. Let's have the love of our country. Please.
It's all right. Thank you very much for your contribution, Mohammed from Jos. But would you say, as a legal practitioner...
Please let me just take it away from where Mohammed stopped. Because, you see, it's very important. I said it, and I am happy that he has corroborated it. And the issue is that all the political actors... Maybe, you see, to me, every disappointment is a blessing. In my personal life, I've faced with so many disappointments. But God has used it to bless me. So, one of the things is that this shift, we should use it, maybe the whole, from now again, let them stop the campaign. They've campaigned enough. The issue now is that they should go to town hall meetings and talk to their followers. That what do we want to kill ourselves for? Just as Mohammed just said that to confirm what I said earlier on, let us disgrace the whole world. I said, yes, Nigerians cannot do anything successfully alone, themselves. Look at it. Common election, they can't. Let us disgrace the whole world. Let them bury the hatchet. Let them just come out. I like the way this man, the politician who left here, I want to believe everyone, if they have his mien, his countenance, that look, it's not a do or die thing. Let whoever wins, let's support. They said it that they did it, what they did in the primary, let them now translate it into national. Somebody was not his candidate. He said it, I like his openness. Somebody was not his candidate. But now that another person has won, they are now collapsing everything. They want to package the person. That's the word he used. So let's package ourselves. Let the politicians package themselves and ensure that thuggery is out of it.
Is the role of the security agencies clearly stated in the Electoral Act? Because there are also issues of the independence of these agencies and the fact that they might just be at the beck and call of the executive.
Yes, the Electoral Act is clear. It says that arms-bearing security officers should be far away from the polling unit.
Okay.
They should just be some meters away. That's arms-bearing, and it was specific, the police. The military has no business in the Electoral Act. That is just clear. And of course, this is not as if it is John WALE OGUNADE that have sat in a studio and is making this pronouncement. We lawyers, and of course the law, is that any pronouncement made by the court is the law. The court now has come out to give teeth to Section 217 of the 1999 Constitution, that the military has no business in the electoral process. And what I would expect is that, again, and maybe I forgot, is that, thank God for this question, is that the Inspector General of Police should now up his game in ensuring that they train their soldiers, their men, that is the members of the Nigerian police, seriously towards apprehending people who are going to cause mayhem, trouble. Obviously, the guns that were used in Okrika did not just drop from heaven. They were stored somewhere. They were kept somewhere. So the police should top up its intelligence effort to ensure that wherever guns are kept,
to mop out
they mop them up.
Small arms and ammunition. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to Call Digest. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Nasamo calling from Ilorin.
Nasamo, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, my barrister, please, you send a message that we should test 2120.
Yes.
I've been trying this thing, but it's not going. So
What exactly?
Use another network.
What exactly did you type? Nasimo.
I typed my state, which is Kwara.
Yes.
Okay.
My surname.
Yes.
Then the last 5 digits of my VIN number.
Okay.
My card.
And you sent it to 2120.
I sent it to 2120.
Okay.
Yes. Continue. Use another network.
The barrister said you should use another network and see probably you get
Use
ahead.
another network.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Nasimo. We're running out of time. Now, let's quickly brush through the other papers we have to review. The Guardian is here, and the front page, the top story on the front page of The Guardian says, military kills 300 terrorists, liberates 11 communities. The writer here, Boko Haram threatens to disrupt polls. Election shift, a blessing, says Jaga. The writers insist on card reader, 800,000 PVCs not ready. Declares further postponement unconstitutional and disqualifies 4 million voters over multiple registration. To other news notes on the front page of The Guardian, Lagos retains death penalty against violent crimes. IG orders probe of violence at Rivers APC rally. Aliyu Dams Beto appoints speaker as acting governor. And they say it's day 311. Bring back our girls. Let me quickly take you up on this death penalty of an issue. Many would say that we are still mundane and we are not abreast with world best practices all across the literate and Western community of the world. The issue of death penalty is being abolished. Why are we still retaining it in Nigeria?
Unfortunately, I'll quickly come to that. I want to take, because so that it doesn't run away.
Okay.
Muazu Babangida, was his name now, the governor of Niger State, has done something seriously unconstitutional. He has slapped the constitution on the face. The office of the governor is not his private property, and he cannot just dictate who.
How do you mean?
The constitution is clear. If the governor is not there, he's the acting governor. The man who is the acting governor, Ibeto, has not been impeached. In as much as he's still the acting governor, so be it. He cannot now determine. This is a constitution. Jumping the deputy governor and now calling the speaker to be the acting governor. No. I hope people should quickly talk. You see, when all these things are brewing, you keep quiet. When the wahala comes, all of us will share from it too, because this is another anarchy in the making. The issue of capital punishment. Obviously, I'm a rights activist. Yes, those who are watching me, if you see a cockroach running around your house or a rat, and you quickly run after it, and you kill it. What have you done? You have not punished it. You have not done anything. What you have done is just naturally, that's the thing. But again, you have snuffed life out of it. But if you arrest somebody for a crime and you put him in prison, that's punishment, because the man will believe.
Are you saying we should not kill cockroaches?
No, I'm not. Well, that's a human, insect. No, don't worry, don't stretch me that way, so that we have time to discuss the main issue. So the issue is that if you kill somebody, you have not punished the person. That's where I'm going. Because killing is not punishment. But if somebody is made to face the punishment, he is imprisoned, he will be alive to see what has happened. And to confirm what I'm saying, till tomorrow, armed robbery is still a business in Nigeria, big-time business. And people know that if they are caught, they will face the firing squad, or killing, or shoot. The firing squad is the penalty. But it has not deterred them. But if people are kept in prison, you see, people don't want to go to prison. People are always afraid of the prison. So it is better you do something that people will be afraid of. So I do not support the issue of capital punishment.
Hello, good morning. You're our last caller on the show today. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kwara. I need to speak with the man on the street.
All right, what's your name?
Please, I need to. My name is Mohammed Tajidin.
Go ahead with the contribution, Tajidin.
I need to make my contributions to him because I can see his name is very wide on the Nigerian elections. The only thing I want to tell him is this. Concerning the INEC, in my home ward at Ilorin East local government at Kwara State, 017, we have 25 polling booths, the 017, 013, 023, and 015. There are some PPC which have not been brought to our have been calling, we went to the local government according to directions. And we could not get this thing. Please help us doing this. That is one. Secondly, in terms of elections, many people talk of saying that military is not the right thing. According to you, you are the law and you know the right thing. But many of us in the town doesn't know the right thing and they do things silently. If they don't see the soldier or the army, they will not be afraid. Their major problem every Nigeria has is that once you have an ego, like you now, if anybody sees you in your family or in any area of your own ward or your own town, they give you the respect of being working with the federal government. But in our own area, many people that give you respect will be happy them. Obviously because we don't have anything to do, then the next thing we'll do, we'll do the things in a very bad way that doesn't contrary to the law.
That's
so
all right.
Please, let this election...
It's all right, Mohammed. Thank you very much for your contribution. I'm afraid we're running out of time. Just before you react to that, let's take this last paper for review. The Nation is here. Jonathan sends team to U.S. as image crisis hurts. And then the writer here, ex-anti-graft agency chief authors lobby. The front page picture also tells the story of Boko Haram fighters' armored vehicle burning after being set ablaze by Nigerian troops at Monguno yesterday. Troops killed 300 Boko Haram insurgents, says defense headquarters. APC writes president, court says no soldiers for elections, and party draws Jonathan's Jega's attention to verdicts. Let's find out all the news here. Senate endorses card reader for general elections. also raises alarm over poor PVC distribution. Police, DSS were investigating Okrika shootings. Ekiti Audio reps advice against Obanikoro screening. Barrister, let me have your final comments on all of these developing stories on the show today.
For the man who called from Ilorin, I want him to know that indeed this whole process involves every one of us.
Okay.
Those of you that are enlightened should talk and educate those who are not enlightened. We all must be involved. For your information, I'm not an employee of the federal government, too. I'm not an employee of INEC. I'm just doing what you are doing. I'm just somebody who is involved and who is passionate about how Nigeria can be better. That's what made me found Voters Awareness Initiative to add our own contribution to the development of democracy in Nigeria, and we have added value. I don't want to use this platform now to be saying so many things that we have done, but one of the things you will do, that you are watching me, talk to your people, Educate the less educated in your area. Because if you don't educate them, they will be the one that will, through misinformation now, cause wahala to you in your area. They will become violent, they will become aggrieved unnecessarily because there is no education. Information is very key. You have the information, you pass it down to the people so that people around you will not be misinformed by lack of information or act due to lack of information, because my Bible tells me that knowledge is power. If you're seeking anything, seek knowledge, and in all your seeking, seek understanding. So do that. That is the first thing. Then concerning all the issues in the various PVCs not being distributed surroundly and all, just as I said, there is time. As Amosu is shouting, let Oyedepo be shouting too, and all of them, let them shout, and let us do the right thing. Put every one of us on our toes so that every one of us will get it right. And at the end, Nigeria will be better for every one of us.
Thank you very much for your contribution on the show today. We've been speaking with Barrister WALE OGUNADE, a human rights affairs, a human rights activist, a legal practitioner, as well as president of Voters Initiative Awareness Initiative. Thank you very much for joining us today on the show. A big thank you to all of our callers. The show continues tomorrow, God willing. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Stick around for the top of the hour news. Don't go away.
Core TV News, expanding your view.